This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
For WRCE 107.7 FM News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin led a group of Democratic and Republican lawmakers in calling on the U.S. Department of Agriculture to provide immediate assistance to game bird farmers who have been denied emergency aid after suffering serious losses due to severe weather events. The Livestock Indemnity Program, or LIP, provides benefits to livestock producers for livestock deaths caused by adverse weather. However, game bird farmers in Wisconsin and across the country have recently been denied assistance by USDA. In June, McFarlane Pheasant Farm in southeast Wisconsin, the largest pheasant producer in the country, lost over 50,000 birds due to a tornado. In addition to the loss of poultry, the tornado caused substantial damage to the farm. The financial impact on the farm's operations has been devastating, resulting in over $2 million in damages. As a result of the destruction, the farmer owner sought LIP assistance from USDA, but was ultimately denied coverage because it is a game bird operation. In her letter, Senator Baldwin called on the USDA to reconsider its decision to deny assistance to game bird farmers under LIP and ensure that these farmers have the resources they need to recover from severe weather disasters. Wisconsin Congressman Derek Van Orden released a statement Wednesday criticizing U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack for not answering a letter regarding the Pure Prairie poultry bankruptcy. Congressman Van Orden and a number of other representatives sent the letter in late October requesting answers on the agency's loan and grant processes and information on the bankruptcy filing. In his statement this week, Congressman Van Orden accused the USDA of ignoring small and medium-sized farmers. A pair of familiar faces will lead the Onalaska School District until it finds a new superintendent. Former Superintendent Fran Finko and former Director of Instruction Roger Fruit will serve in an interim role until the district hires a new superintendent. Both men had retired in 2019. Finko led the district from 2011 to 2019, spending 27 years in the district. Fruit served in multiple administrative roles in his 20 years with Onalaska. The vacancy was created when Todd Antony abruptly resigned 3 weeks ago. About 50 Wisconsinites have been scammed out of millions after being told their bank account was hacked and instructed to invest in gold. 49 people have reported the scam to the FBI. The thieves have stolen about $13 million. That's an average of $250,000 per person. It all starts with a phone call. The scammers say your bank account has been hacked and you need to buy gold instead. Then once the person has all that gold, the voice on the phone tells them it's better to store it so it's protected. A courier comes to pick up those gold bars and the person never hears from them again. Authorities have arrested 2 scammers who posed as couriers, the ones who picked up the gold. The FBI believes these schemes originated overseas. Older people were targeted because they have more savings. Officials say if you get a call from anybody claiming to be your bank, look up their phone number from a legitimate source, like on your statement or bank's website. Just make sure it actually is their website in the URL. Use their legitimate number and see if they were the ones who called you. The FBI says most of the time it's an attempted scam. One election season has ended and a new one begins. Parties and candidates are already looking toward the spring, and the state Supreme Court race is shaping up. Justice Ann Walsh Bradley is retiring. Technically, justices are nonpartisan, but Walsh Bradley identifies as liberal. Susan Crawford has announced she's running for the seat. She's a judge in Dane County Circuit Court. Over the weekend, she officially got the endorsement to the Democratic Party of Wisconsin and from Justice Walsh Bradley. Meanwhile, Brad Schimmel announced last year that he'd be running for the seat. He was the Attorney General under Governor Scott Walker. He's now a judge in Waukesha County Circuit Court. U.S. Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Wisconsin State Director Julie Lassa highlighted that the department is investing nearly $2.6 million to help Southwest Health Center Incorporated construct a child care facility. The funding is through Rural Development's Community Facilities Grant Program. It's the latest funding awarded for childcare in Wisconsin, demonstrating the department's priority of making childcare more accessible in rural areas. Southwest Health Center is located in Platteville and is the largest healthcare employer in the region. Over the past 8 years, Southwest Health Center has tripled in size, which has resulted in a significant need for accessible childcare. The funds will be used to construct a new state-of-the-art childcare facility near the hospital campus, which will add approximately 200 slots for children from birth through age 6. The building will include space for 7 classrooms with restrooms, commons area, offices, storage, kitchen, and outdoor access for children. The center will work in partnership with the Platteville School District to provide after-school programs for students through the age of 12. To celebrate National Rural Health Day, U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Development Wisconsin State Director Julie Lassa highlighted investments in healthcare projects by the department, including nearly $61 million to assist in the construction of a new state-of-the-art critical access hospital in Lafayette County. USDA Rural Development is committed to improving the economy and quality of life in rural areas and small towns, and that means investing in healthcare security in Wisconsin. Constructed in the early 1950s, Memorial Hospital of Lafayette County in Darlington has been a healthcare staple for nearly 9,700 residents in its service area and continues to be one of Lafayette County's largest employers with over 140 staff members. With help from a nearly $46 million loan and $9 million in grants through USDA's Community Facilities Direct Loan and Grant Program and a partnership with private lender Compeer Financial on a $5 million loan guaranteed through USDA's Community Facilities Guaranteed Loan Program, a new 75,000 square foot critical access hospital is being built to address these growing needs. Once completed, Memorial Hospital will feature 24 beds, an emergency department, laboratory, radiology department, surgical facilities, dietary facility, rehabilitation space, eye care clinic, and administration offices. Lassa said that this year's Rural Health Day theme, Power of Rural, is a sharp reminder of the importance of rural health care as it's recognizing both the power of rural and the incredible efforts of rural healthcare providers and others dedicated to addressing the unique healthcare needs of rural Wisconsin. For WRCE News, I'm Joanne Krulotz.
The Packers missing some players. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Green Bay Packers host the 49ers at Lambeau Field, but head coach Matt LaFleur says they'll likely be without 2 of their best defensive starters. Cornerback Jair Alexander has a torn PCL, suffered 3 weeks ago in Jacksonville. Then at Wednesday's practice, rookie linebacker Edgerrin Cooper pulled a hamstring.
Did not practice for Jair and Edgerrin Cooper.
Any concern about Sunday for him?
Yes.
Kickoff at 3:25. College football, Wisconsin heads to Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers at Memorial Stadium. Game time tomorrow, 2:30. Nebraska 1.5-point favorites. NBA, it's the Bucks and the Pacers tonight in Milwaukee.
Okay, we have an incredible team coming in. Indiana beat us, I think, 4 or 5 times last year. No, actually, no. Way more. 7 times, 7, 8 times. We got to play defense. We got to move the ball. They want to play fast. We got to sprint back. We got to take guys serious. But we're trending towards the right direction right now, so I'm happy.
That's Giannis Antetokounmpo with sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. So how do you stop getting offered annoying roles in rom-coms that pay you $15 million? If you're Matthew McConaughey, you make a stand and say no thank you and move your family to a ranch in Texas. On the Good Trouble podcast, McConaughey said he had to leave Hollywood because of rom-com roles. The Dazed and Confused star said it was a scary move, and at one point he thought he might have to get another job like teach at a high school until he found out they make nowhere near $15 million. Having summers off only goes so far. If your favorite Ghostbuster was Ray Stantz, this might bring you down. Dan Aykroyd says he has no interest in playing the role again. The Saturday Night Live alum and original cast member has played the character over the course of 40 years and says the franchise is in good hands with actors like Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon moving forward. Wicked's weekend is here, and Wicked and Gladiator have high hopes for a box office splash. Wicked is expected to be the box office winner, with Universal Studios hoping for a $100 to $110 million opener. Paramount is hoping Gladiator 2 pulls in about $65 million, which would be a healthy start for a film that cost $250 million. million to make. Even those healthy estimates would have this twosome fall short of Barbenheimer's opening weekend, which pulled in $235 million a year and a half ago. Actress Rosemarie DeWitt recently appeared on the Drew Barrymore Show and said her husband, Ron Livingston, was so despised for his role as Jack Berger on Sex and the City that he couldn't even walk in New York City without rabid fans yelling and screaming at him. Ironically, when Livingston wanders through an office, he gets constant reminders about his TPS reports. Guy can't catch a break. If the Academy Awards have any meaning at all, they will nominate Denis Villeneuve for Best Director for Dune 2. Those are the words of actor Josh Brolin, who seems serious, adding he might quit acting altogether if his friend is not nominated for Best Director. Yeah, me too. The first Dune received 10 Oscar nominations in 2022, but not for Best Director, which obviously does not sit well with the No Country for Old Men actor. Thespians do tend to be a bit dramatic, but I hope Brolin doesn't quit acting. He's pretty good at it. Those of you who are shower indifferent, love camping in mud, and would like a shot at a serious injury might be interested to know that headliners for 2025's Coachella have been announced. Lady Gaga, Green Day, Post Malone, and Travis Scott will perform, and there will be an appearance by Yo Gabba Gabba. Can't hardly wait to not attend. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high right around 44 this afternoon. The wind out of the northwest at around 10 to 20. Tonight, 31. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy. 43 for a high on Sunday. Mostly cloudy and a bit warmer with a high of 48. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 42.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.